Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering how hard it is to write a book. If you want to finish your book and save lots of time and effort in the process, you'll want to stay tuned to these tips. By the end of this video, you will learn the importance of discipline in book writing, why you need to pick the right book topic, and my 3 biggest tips for staying on track. Stay tuned till the end for a free gift. Let's dive in. When writing a book, it's so easy to get distracted and thrown off. Life will ultimately get in the way if you let it. There's so many things piling up: meetings, family, work, job, career, hobbies. Everything else will pile up if you let it. If you let other things get in the way of writing the book, they will. They ultimately will. Writing a book is such an emotional journey. It really is a difficult, grueling process. It will strain you, it will push you, it will challenge you at every turn. There's so many times in the book writing when you're going to say, why am I doing this? Why should I keep going? Is this going to matter? Is anybody going to care? Should I keep working on this? Those doubts are going to continue all through the publishing process, no matter what. Even if you have a great book, even if you spent a long time working on it, even if you have all your T's crossed and I's dotted, you're still going to have those doubts. So you need to pick a right topic that's going to stick with you, that you're going to want to keep working on through the ups and the downs, through the peaks and the valleys of your life, through all the obstacles that crop up. You're going to want to have a book project that you're going to want to keep coming back to, because otherwise it's so easy to put it down. It's so easy to walk away, and it's so easy to have that eventual regret of, I wish I'd written this book, and I didn't. That's why it's so important to pick a topic that interests you. Pick a topic that really speaks to you and that you carry around in your heart. I remember more than a decade ago, I decided I wanted to write a book about a baseball player named Ken Caminiti. And at the time, I didn't have any real expertise. I was in news journalism, but I wasn't really a sports writer. I didn't have really any good contacts, and it took me forever to really find the confidence to carry that forward. There's so many times when I had to put it down and had to give it some space, but if I didn't feel a deep connection to that project, I wouldn't have continued with it. It took me 8 years of working on it and 10 years total before it was published. There's so many times when I could have walked away, and the only reason I kept going is because I felt the connection to it. You know, it's so crucial that you have a connection to the book that you're writing. You know, this isn't about fame, it's not about status, it's not about celebrity. It's about telling the story that's in your heart, and you really need to be able to capture that and connect with that to keep going through all the ups and downs. With that in mind, I have 3 tips for staying on track as you write your book. These 3 tips will help you build momentum and keep moving forward in the writing process. The first one is set attainable goals for yourself. You know, if you think about just throwing out a number, a 100,000 word book. That's a lot of words. That's a really, really big book. If you break it down and you say, I'm going to write 275 words a day, you could write that 100,000 word book in a year. If you write 275 words a day for 365 days, that's 100,000 words. That's a much more manageable goal than the big 100,000. It's really crucial as you work on a book to think in terms of little pieces, little chunks. You know, thinking about, I'm going to finish this chapter this week. I'm going to write 500 words today. I'm going to write 2,000 words this week. Whatever the goal is, it's important to be able to set manageable goals and then meet them. So then you're building momentum. The next tip is setting time to write. It's so easy to see our calendar fill up with meetings and with other obligations. Make the time to write. Actually put time in your calendar, block it off, and set it for writing time. And make that the priority. Block everything else out and actually just focus on the writing, and make sure that your other obligations aren't getting in the way of that process. You know, maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's staying up late, maybe it's, you know, finding time during your lunch break to do writing. Either way, it's important to schedule out that time and block it out so no one else is encroaching on that writing time. The third tip is cutting out distractions, and that's such a key thing. It's so easy to get distracted, and when you do get distracted, it could be 10, 20 minutes, it could be an hour that you're pulled away. And then you start thinking, like, what was I actually doing before I got distracted? One of the things that I do that has been very useful for me is to actually turn off push notifications on my phone or silence my phone. I will put my phone away if I have to to be able to focus and do the writing so I'm not being distracted. I also will close internet browsers. It's so easy to go search around and then find yourself on social media, then somebody had a birthday party, so now you're liking their comments and responding to their birthday party post, and then you're pulled away. And how do you get back? How do you actually find that focus to be able to carry back? Focus is such a crucial thing to writing a book. It's a crucial thing to anything, but it's so crucial to writing a book. And if you can just give a little bit of focus, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, you can write that book. Just a matter of focusing in, honing in, blocking out distractions, and getting the most for your time. I found it useful to focus on writing sprints when I am writing a book. Instead of sitting down and setting the perfect mood and getting my coffee the perfect way, and the light has to come through the window a certain way, I say, okay, I'm going to spend 20 to 30 minutes writing, and writing as much as I can during those 20 to 30 minutes. I am not editing, I'm not cleaning up the text, I am not doing anything else other than putting words on the page, and that's it. Those writing sprints can be so useful in getting quick momentum, in just getting words out, getting those words out in bursts, and getting ideas on the page. You can obviously go back and edit them later, but it's really crucial to be able to just get words down, and you can do that in a writing sprint. Another thing I do when I'm writing is actually to walk away in the middle of a sentence. I will write, and I will get to a certain point, and I won't finish what I'm working on. I will actually stop it in the middle of a sentence, not finish the sentence, and walk away. Because then when I come back to it the next day or next couple days, I'm automatically jumping in because I have to fix something. There's an incomplete sentence. There's an incomplete paragraph. By leaving something undone, it forces you to have to get back into it. And it gets you in the mindset of wanting to work on it. There's so many times when we'll wake up at the beginning of the day and say, I don't want to do this today. So many times I've dealt with that in my writing career. I don't want to write today. But then you have this idea, you want to fix it. You want to jump in, you want to get in. And then by that point, all those stigmas and all those feelings are gone. And now you're into it. Now you're excited to work on it again. It's interesting looking at the final product, looking at the finished work. And when I finish a book, I often will go back and think about where I was at that time, or how much time I spent working on it, or the long hours and late nights. There was actually one project, it was a 50,000 word book, and I wrote it in 6 weeks. And it was a crunch, and it was really, really rough, but I got it done by using these very tips. I blocked out distractions, I found the time to write, and I focused on incremental daily goals. Those incremental daily goals were 1,000 to 1,500 words, which was grueling, but it got done, and I was really proud of it. If you want to learn more about book writing and ghostwriting, head to my website, goodghostwriter.com. You can click the link below. And on my website, you'll have an opportunity to book a one-on-one free strategy call with me, where we can actually talk about your book, see how your book process is coming along, and see if I can give you any tips to offer you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, good ghostwriting makes great books. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.